flow class. If you have blocks or books that you want to use, you might use those during the practice. If you have a strap, that would be great, or maybe a belt or from your bathrobe, something else you could use for that too. I've been getting a lot of use out of my bathrobe lately. Probably too much use. So we are, it's Thursday, and the only thing I got today really is, I heard a quote, read it the other day, and I keep coming back to it, and I'm sure everybody's heard this before, but it is that change is the only constant in your life, and couldn't be more true for me right now, and I'm guessing probably a lot of you as well. But we need to, kind of roll with it, so I'm hoping that's what we're going to do in this class, and change through some positions during the class, and also let our breath and just the weight of our body move us through the different positions. Hopefully we'll be able to take this off the mat as well and use it in our everyday life to kind of go with the flow, if you will. So let's just settle into today's practice, wherever you're coming from, if it's work, if it's from the couch, like maybe I was earlier. Find your way to an easy seat position on your mat, and just sit up nice and tall. Shift yourself a little bit so that your sitting bones are flush to the earth. And when you sit up tall, go ahead and roll your shoulders back and down. Sorry, I'm just setting my timer so I can keep an eye on things. So we'll sit up nice and tall, let your elbows dangle underneath you, and let's just get in tune with our breath. And I've been coming back to my big belly breath, as I like to call it, in the last few weeks. And it's just something that's easy for me to connect to throughout the day, and helps me to slow down, and also to remember to breathe, because I feel like I've been forgetting to do that and letting your thoughts kind of take control sometimes. So however you're sitting, if you'd like to, I invite you to close your eyes if that feels good. If not, just stay where you're at. And just begin to breathe in through your nose. Feel the belly lift and expand, and then exhale again through the nose. Feel the belly pull back in towards your midline of your body. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, contracting. Expanding through the belly, contracting. Let's just go through a few more rounds of this, maybe 10 full rounds of breath. Allowing your mind to settle. On each exhale, you can gently let any thoughts just float away. Helping you to connect to this moment. Connecting to your breath. Three more breaths here. Last breath. And if you've closed your eyes, go ahead and blink them open. Give a little bit of a smile. And let's do a few neck stretches. And we're just going to keep our hands where they're at. It's a good place. And go ahead and take your gaze. Look over your right shoulder. And as you exhale, bring it back through center and to the left side. Sun's peeking out. And take it back over to the right. Come back through center and go back to the left side. We're really going to let our breath be slow and mindful. And let it take us through each position. Last time, we can go over to the left. And let's come back to center. Inhale, let's lift the right arm up nice and tall, still lengthening all through the sides. Go ahead and drop your forearm so it rests on top of your head. And place your hand on your left temple. You can extend your left arm out long, and then let your right ear come down towards your right shoulder. You can walk your fingers on the left out a little bit, or even lift that left hand, spreading out the fingers nice and wide. Feel your breath. Let the gentle pressure from your hand allow your neck to stretch all the way through on that left side. And let's take 2 more breaths here. Lowering that left hand, release the right hand, bring it on down. Stretch that right hand out long. Left arm comes up now, let the forearm come against your head and the hand rest on your right temple. Left ear goes towards your left shoulder, and again, spread those fingers out on the right side if you'd like. You can still feel the belly expanding and contracting with each breath. Two more breaths. And release that left hand. Bring both your hands down and out wide towards the side. Now if your neck's cranky, just be careful with it. Back off wherever you need to and listen to your body. With your hands stretched out wide, we're going to inhale. Come all the way up. Take your gaze up towards your fingertips. Remember to pull the shoulders down a little bit. And exhale, bring the hands down. Take your gaze down with it. Look towards your toes. Stretch long through the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the arms up. Take your gaze up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Let your gaze come down as well. Inhale, arms up one last time. And exhale, bring the hands down. Bring your gaze down. Stretch long through the spine. Chin tucks into your chest. And on an inhale, lift your head up. Give a little smile. And we're going to bring our hands on top of our knees. So we're going to cap the knees and do some seated cat and cow. So good thing to do while you're watching Netflix. You can do this pretty easily. It just loosens up your back and spine a little bit. So cup your knees and lift your shoulders, squeeze them back together, let them slide down your back. And then lean forward, maybe take your gaze back up towards the ceiling for cow position. And as you exhale, start to round through the back, still hanging onto those knees. You're going to pull back, let your chin tuck in, really rounding through the spine. On your inhale, come back forward for seated cow. And as you exhale, bring it back. One more round. And exhale, find your cat back. Inhale, we'll come back up to a seated position, all the way upright. Bring your hands in front of you so the palms face down. Keep that left hand on the ground. And inhale, lift the right arm up. Keep that shoulder kind of plugged in and stretch long through those fingertips again. Feel a nice stretch through this front part of your shoulder. Take a full breath in here, and as you exhale, go ahead and bring that right hand down, tuck it under the left hand, and just a gentle shoulder stretch. So the palm faces up on that right hand, your gaze can come down, like a seated thread the needle. You'll feel the stretch all through that right side, from the top of your shoulder, could be all the way down to your hip. On your next inhale, lift that right arm up nice and tall, stretch the fingers out, and bring it back down. And we'll take it to the left arm. Left arm reaches nice and tall. Again, stretch through those fingers. And take a full breath here. Lifting through the upper body, and as you exhale, bring that left arm down and under, palm faces up. Nice shoulder stretch on the left side. Maybe you can walk your hands forward a little bit further with that right hand. Inhale, we're going to slowly release that left arm and bring it back down. Walk yourself all the way back up. Nice job. Now you'll want to grab onto your strap, whatever you found. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. We're going to stretch our right leg out long, start on the right side. So right leg comes out nice and long. Left foot is going to kiss into that right thigh. And toes are going to flex back, taking that strap, loop it around the top of your foot. So your torso is shifted, so you're facing that extended leg. We're going to come up nice and tall, keeping the elbows tucked in, long spine. Inhaling, and as we exhale, start to walk your hands down forward onto your strap. If you don't have a strap, place your hands wherever they land next to you and walk them down. Your hips pressing into the earth. Crown of your head is coming nice and forward towards those toes. Maybe tucking your chin in a little bit. Feel your breath. One more breath here. On your next inhale, slowly start to rise up. Let your hands slide up on the strap. And go ahead and take the strap with your right hand. So same leg that's extended. And then you can turn so your torso faces outward towards this long edge a little bit. And then we're just going to use this, so your left hand can be on your hip. And we're just going to use the strap to create a nice side stretch here. So extending towards the right. You can keep that left hand on the hip if that feels better, to hold it down a little bit. Or if it feels good, go ahead and lift it all the way up and take it towards those toes. I like to take my gaze towards the opposite knee. Helps me to stretch out a little bit through the back of the neck. One more breath here. Inhale, slowly rise up. Nice job, everybody. Go ahead and release that strap. And we'll go ahead and switch it over to the left side. So left leg comes out nice and long. Right sole comes to the left thigh. Bring your strap with you if you got one. And take it on over. Shimmy so your sitting bones are nice and flush. Inhale, lift up tall, hanging onto your straps. And as you exhale again, walk those hands down or walk them at the side of your leg. Inhale, you'll lift through the back side of your body, and as you exhale, maybe you'll notice you can sink a little bit deeper into your stretch. On your next inhale, slowly rise up. Let your hands slide up through the strap if you have it. And again, take the strap with your extended leg, same arm, so my left arm, hanging on to those. Right hand can come to your right hip. And as we turn our torso outward, we'll just start to lean over towards that left leg. Again, we can press that right hip down. Might need to adjust my left side's my better side, so I can actually reach all the way down for this one. You find your stopping point and where it feels good. You can inhale, lift the arm up, and bring it over. Two more breaths here. Inhale, come on back up to an upright position. Release the strap, keep it close by, and go ahead and bring that left foot in. Let it meet the right foot. We're going to extend the right foot in front of us, finding Baddha Konasana, cobbler pose. So the soles of the feet touch together, legs come open, and you can grab onto your shins, your toes, whatever feels good for you. I like to shimmy back and forth just to make sure I'm symmetrical. And then when you're ready, inhale, roll the shoulders back, sit up super tall, press your sit bones into the earth. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, maybe keep your elbows a little bit low. Maybe you want to press them into your thighs a little bit. Help press them down towards the earth, any amount. Inhale, rise up, and this time as you exhale, maybe you'll lean forward a little bit deeper. Hips are pressing back to the back of the mat, head's coming forward again. Similar to what you did with head to knee pose just a few moments ago. Last breath here. And on our inhale, slowly start to rise up. Nice job, everybody. Bringing our knees up, we're going to go ahead and come down onto our backs. And before you do, make sure you have a block or a book close by. And your strap, you also want that as well. So coming all the way down. Once you get to the ground, just bring your knees up over your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Squeeze those legs in. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and settle both your feet on the mat. So the soles of the feet come down, your palms stretch long at your sides, And you'll want to walk your feet back any amount closer to your tush. So hands are down, block is nearby. Make sure that your four corners of your feet are pressed in, along with your hips and your shoulders. So make any adjustments here. On your inhale, we're going to slowly lift up through the hips, find our block, and keep it at the low level. We're going to set it underneath our sacrum area for a supported bridge. When you're ready, lower down onto that block and see if it's in the right spot. Adjust. Remember, it's your practice. Make sure you're feeling good. Once you settle onto there, make sure your thighs are squeezing together. And then go ahead and turn your palms up so they're facing the ceiling. Opening through the chest a little bit more. You can lift and lower your head to find any amount of extension through the spine. If you'd like, you can close your eyes and tune into your breath. Feel the belly rise and lift up. And also pull back with the exhale. Two more breaths here. At the bottom of that breath, go ahead and flip your palms over. Press into your feet, lift your hips, and getting the block out of the way. You can set it to the side. Hands are down next to you, palms face down. Inhale, bring those knees up over your hips again. This time, let's just pull them up so the heels press up to the ceiling. Like a legs up the wall minus the wall. Knees are soft. You can circle your ankles. Go ahead and make sure you do it in both directions. Bend and extend your toes. And then just hang for a moment. And on your next exhale, go ahead and lower the feet so the soles of the feet come down to the mat. Make sure you have your straps. You'll want to grab that. And I didn't check for leg clearance. I'm good. So we're going to go ahead and take our strap, loop it around. I'm using my left leg first. So the left leg's going to open up all the way to the ceiling, and you can extend the right leg or you can keep it planted on the ground. Your call. Do what feels good for your practice today, this Thursday. So once you find your sweet spot, stay there. Engage both your feet. So press through your heels. Let your toes come back towards you. Inhale, and as you exhale, find a little stretch all through the hamstring. Keeping your elbows tucked in. Keeping your breath nice and soft. One more breath here. Then go ahead and take your strap, place it in your left hand, both of them, and let your right arm extend nice and long. From here, we're going to start to let that left leg drop open. And maybe this is your stopping point. Maybe you can come down a little bit further. You find where it's best for you to take your leg. You can place your right hand on your right hip to keep that pressed down so your shoulders and your hips are still flush to the ground. Pressing through both heels of both feet, keeping the legs engaged. Stay with your breath. Inhale, and slowly bring that left leg back up to center. Switch hands, so both straps go into your right hand this time. Left arm comes out long, and let's go ahead and take that left leg and let it cross over your body. Shoulders are going to stay on the ground, so find your stopping point. Maybe you want to take your gaze over your left shoulder. Don't forget to breathe. Keep your jaw soft. And inhale, let's come back up. Bring the left leg down. Change the feet so your right foot comes into the strap. Left leg comes down. Again, either bend or straighten it. Take your pick. When you're ready, inhale, lift up, press through those heels. Nice engagement in both of your legs. Inhale, and as you exhale, maybe pull through a little bit. Get a nice stretch through that hamstring. Maybe you can bring it in a little bit closer. And when you're ready, bring it back to a center point. Take both straps to your right hand. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly let that right leg come open. Again, find your stopping point. Maybe it's up here. That's a great place. Maybe it can come down even further. Find what works today and breathe into it. Two more breaths. Inhale, slowly lift up. Straps come into your left hand. Right arm comes out, keeping you balanced. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly let that right leg come across your body. Find your twist. Keep those feet engaged. Pressing through the heels. Inhale, slowly lift the leg up and release your strap. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Nice job, everybody. And when you're ready, we'll inhale, lifting all the way upright. And we're going to make our way to a tabletop position. So coming into our tabletop, nice strong table, so your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Let's take a few rounds of cat and cow here. We did it seated, and let's go ahead and inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, and let the head and neck come all the way up for cow. Exhale, really press into your mat, expand through the shoulders. Let your head and neck drop in. Maybe you want to give it a wiggle. And then inhale, come on back up. Go through a few rounds at your own pace. think about so much what I'm saying, but feeling it. Do what feels good. And after your next round, we'll go ahead and meet back into a strong, steady table. And we're going to push back through the right leg. So pushing into the right toes, pressing back, maybe keep a nice bend to your elbows. And as you inhale, you'll come a little bit forward. Exhale, press back through the leg. Inhale, shift forward. And one more time, exhale, press back. And on your inhale, lift up that right leg so it's coming straight behind your hip. And as you exhale, cross it over, plant the toes, and then we'll just press back a little bit and keep yourself upright here. Gaze stays down. If it feels better, a little bit more, come on down to your forearms. Press back through the hands, pressing into that outer left hip. Let your gaze drop down. You should feel it right through here. It should feel really good. Stay with your breath. Last breath here. Inhale, start to upright yourself. Bring that leg back and bring it in on the exhale. Curl in, find a little cat back, and then go ahead and settle it back down. And we'll take that to the opposite side. So pressing back through those left toes. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, press back up. This inhale, go ahead and lift through that left leg, keeping a stable table. And as you exhale, shoot that leg over the right. And you're going to press back into those left toes. The left heel presses back as well. And this is your opportunity if you want to come down onto your forearms. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Maybe separate your teeth. Feel a little bit of a lift through the back body. Two more breaths. Inhale, start to upright yourself. Swing that left leg over, and as you exhale, pull that knee in towards your chest, press into the earth, and then go ahead and bring it back down. Nice job. Bring your big toes together, send your knees out nice and wide, and let your hips shift down onto your heels, bringing your hands out long in front of you for Balasana, child's pose. If you have your block handy, you can place it under your forehead. Obviously my block is not so handy. Here it is. And you can rest here comfortably. Inhale, feel the lift in the back. Exhale, sink in. On your next inhale, let's rise back up to a tabletop. Move your blocks over to the side. You want to keep it handy towards the middle of your mat. So from our table, let's bring that right foot forward. Coming into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So for this one, if you want to bring your blocks in, we're going to stay really low to the ground here. I want you to bring your hand either to the block, or if you have long arms like me, you can come all the way down to your mat. Either way, make sure you have a good space between your legs. Make sure your right arm is really hugging into that right knee. They're almost resisting each other. Take your gaze down to the floor and just hang here. One more breath here. On your next inhale, we're going to shift back our hips, walking our hands back any amount. Remember, blocks are always available if you got them, or your books. Use them. Picking up that toe, we're going to come into half split. So your chest is coming forward, toes back, neck is nice and long. Inhale, start to slowly walk yourself back up to Anjaneyasana. Once you find your balance, pick out a drishti point on the floor, and we'll inhale, lifting our hands up to our knee. Roll your shoulders back. Engage your core. And stay in this position. Thighs are squeezing together. Even though we're staying in place, your body and your muscles are starting to move. They're changing. Sometimes change happens and we don't even realize it. So we got to learn to breathe through it. Find that flow in our breath that keeps us upright. Two more breaths here. As you exhale, start to lower your hands down, find the earth, and we're going to shift back. Find that half split again. Toes pop up, collarbones coming forward. Maybe check in with your hips so it doesn't kind of sass out too much. Try to keep them as square as you can if you want to shift them around. Maybe you want to stretch out your toes. One more big breath in, belly expands. And as you exhale, walk it forward. Coming back to Anjaneyasana. Make sure you have a block on I'm on my right side, so that's where I'm going to want to keep mine. Come back to your drishti point, that focal point. Inhale, lifting up to our knee, reaching the shoulders. On your next inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Palms face forward. Core is engaged. Shoulders are down. Gaze is on your favorite spot on the floor. If it feels good and you want to take a little back bend here, go for it. Keep hugging your legs together. Inhale, come back to a center position. Drop your right arm. If it needs to find a block, keep that close. Again, I have those long arms. I'm going to bring it all the way down. Left arm comes all the way up. Take your gaze over to the right. Find a nice stretch through this right side, through your left side, looking down to the right. Maybe you can roll your shoulder open on the left side a little bit more. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your hands down. Go ahead and bring that right leg back. And find some movement here. Maybe a little bit of fire hydrant circles. Stretching it out a little bit. When you're ready, come back to your tabletop position. Shift your blocks over wherever you need them. Keep them handy. And as we inhale, let's bring that left foot forward. Anjaneyasana on this side. You can always lift and lower to find the right amount of space you need with your legs. A nice wide width in between your legs. And again, keeping your hands either on your block or on the earth. We're going to hug in with that left arm right into the left leg, left knee. Find your resistance there. Imagine a long line from your tailbone all the way to the crown of your head. And on your exhale, slowly walk your hands back a little and flip your toes up, find your half split. Remember, every side is different, so make any adjustments. Feel your body, feel where you need an adjustment and make it. Inhale, come on back forward. Come back to your drishti, your focal point. Once you find your balance, inhale, lift your hands to your knees. Roll your shoulders back. Pull your core in. Turn the corners of your mouth up. Give it a smile. Make it light. Not so serious. Two more breaths. And exhale, slowly come on down. Walk your hands back any amount you need to. And find your half split. Again, square your hips up if you need to. Inhale, let's bring it forward. Again, remember if you need that block on that side, keep it there. Come back to our drishti point. Squeezing through the thighs. Inhale, lifting up. When you're ready, arms come up overhead, palms forward, shoulders are soft. Maybe take your gaze up. Maybe find a back bend. Inhale, come back through to center. Exhale, drop that left hand all the way down to your block or to the floor. Reach tall through that right hand. Let your gaze come down, still squeezing those thighs together. Nice stretch. Inhale, let's bring it back up. And let your hands meet the earth. Step back with that left leg. Go ahead and wind it out. Find some movement. And then bring your knees back down. And we're going to bring our hands forward, a handprint. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to bring my blocks up here. So if you have them, go ahead and move them around. We're going to come into a modified plank. I like to curl my toes under. You can keep them down. It's up to you. So a nice long line from your knees all the way through the top of your head, keeping your elbows soft. Full breath in, and as you exhale, just lower halfway down. Come back up. Bring it halfway down. Come back up. 2 more times. And last one, let's take it all the way down. Finding our way to our bellies. Extend those legs long behind you. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring our elbows underneath our shoulders, coming into Sphinx pose. So legs are long, tops of your feet, you can see them way back there, are pressing into the mat. So keep them nice and pressed in. If you want to take it a little bit further, I kind of like the way that feels, you can play around with it at home. Here is a great stopping point. Gaze is down, hips are pressing in. If you feel like taking it a little bit deeper into your back bend, go ahead and bring your blocks in if you have them, or your books. Might need to adjust them a little bit. Lifting you up a little bit higher through your chest, letting it open up. Hands can kind of just dangle. Let your gaze come down in between your thumbs. Feet are still pressing in, hips are pressing in. Remember that long line from your tailbone through the top of your head. Let's hang out here for just a minute. Come back to that breath, that big belly breath we were doing earlier. Two more breaths here. At the bottom of that second breath, if you have the blocks, you can move them out of the way, put them at the top of your mat. Bring your hands down underneath your shoulders, curl your toes. We're just going to press back into a child's pose. So those big toes touch. Knees come out however wide you like. Sometimes I like to keep it in a little bit tighter and curl in. Maybe wiggling a little bit left and right here. And as we inhale, let's come back up through to our tabletop position. From our table, let's just take a peek over the shoulders. Getting a stretch through the side a little bit. And one more time to each side. And sturdy table. Go ahead and bring your right leg forward. We're going to come back into starting off in that Anjaneyasana pose, that low lunge. But we're going to walk our foot over. We'll bring that right hand on the inside of our right foot, slowly making its way to the edge of the mat. And just creating a little bit more space in between both your legs. Now, don't be afraid to go off your mat. I know this is our safe area, this is our safe spot, but sometimes if we go outside of that, it's okay. So if you need to bring your foot over, go for it. Might feel a little bit better for you. I prefer it, but everybody's different. And let's sit up nice and tall, coming into lizard pose. So lifting and lowering if you need to. Blocks are handy. You can stay in this upright position. This is a great spot here. If you prefer, bring those blocks in. If you have a couch nearby, you can kind of hang on to the couch, whatever feels good for you. Wherever you're at, come back to your breath. Take it nice and slow. Dip your chin in towards your chest. Find that long spine, long stretch through the legs. Do this front side. It should feel really good. If it doesn't feel so good, make an adjustment. Gonna let ourselves hang here. Again, letting the body make any changes it needs to on its own. Using our breath to let that happen in a nice, slow, conscious way, in a mindful way, being kind to ourselves. Two more breaths. And on the next inhale, we'll slowly come up and slide the blocks a little bit out of the way. I'm going to keep my left hand on the mat. I'm going to take my right hand, press it into my right thigh. Giving a gentle push. I'm going to turn my foot so it's onto that pinky toe edge. Nice little stroke. Last breath here. Slowly let that foot come down. And swing that leg back. Come back to your table and just wag your dog a little bit. A little side to side with your hips. Nice job wherever you landed. From here, left leg comes forward. Again, lift and lower. Start to heel toe that left foot over. Bring the left hand around to that inside of the left foot. Find your stability. Maybe you need to heel toe it a little bit further. Again, don't be afraid to go outside this area. It's our safety net, but sometimes, like I said, going outside that area, it's okay. You might find something really good just around the bend. So wherever you land, stay upright, bring those blocks in. You can come all the way down to your forearms. You know yourself, you know what feels good. Take your time. Find yourself in this lizard pose that works best for you today. And again, remembering each side of your body is super different. So make it your own. But don't let your safety net keep you in one spot. You can always try a little bit different things. Because you can always bring it back. On your inhale, feel the belly pressing wider. And as you contract, the belly pulls in. Last breath on this side. Go ahead and place your hands down. Start to upright yourself. You can bring your right hand down underneath your shoulder. Take that left hand to the left thigh. Press into that left thigh. Maybe turn your foot onto that pinky toe edge. Find a little bit of stretch through here. Two more breaths. Slowly bring that knee in, let the sole of your foot come down, your hand come down, and bring that leg back. Again, find your little wiggle. Cross the ankles, and we're going to make our way down to our backs. Feet come out nice and long. Take your time getting down to the floor. Knees are bent. Go ahead and windshield wiper your legs a little bit. If it feels good, maybe to stay in one side, keeping it static. You can always bring that top foot and place it on top of the top leg, creating a deeper stretch maybe through the hip, all the way down to the knee. Play around with it a little bit. And we'll inhale when you're ready. Bring those knees back up overhead. Pull them in, give a little squeeze. And let's do a few circles with your knees in one direction. And then we'll take it back to the other direction. And once you feel pretty balanced out, let your feet come down. And go ahead and stretch your legs out nice and long. Bring your hands out to the sides of your hips, finding your final resting pose of Shavasana. And making any adjustments that you need to get to your sweet spot today. If it feels good, you can close your eyes. Stay there as long as you'd like. I'm going to come back up to a seated position. Thank you for joining me in class today. Remembering that change is the only constant in life, whether we like it or not sometimes. Sending lots of love and light and gratitude to all of you today and every day. Namaste.